Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today we're going to do a review of the Luxury Mirkwood Coffer. Very excited. Quick thank you to Standing Stones. They were the ones that gave me the code to review for you guys, so this will be really cool. Let's check it out. So I already got it. You can get it in the LOTRO store if you want to get it for yourself, or if you just want to see what the items look like and the cosmetics. It does have some new movement things, which is pretty cool as well. So I'm really excited to check it out here. So what we got is right here, it comes with two things right off the bat. It comes with the Mirkwood Patron Luxury Coffer main thing with all this stuff in it. And then, of course, we also get the Luxury Mithril Coffer. So now this is the bigger, there's three versions you can get. They have it on the LOTRO.com as well. I'll link it in the description if you want to look at it there. But you can also look at it inside the LOTRO store. So we bring up the LOTRO store right here. And you can go to special offers. Usually it has this stuff right off the bat. They've got some other cool things as well. But basically, you want to look for the Luxury Coffer. I just like to put in Coffer. Usually brings it up here. All right, so that's the other one. Oh, I already used my code, so I'm not going to be able to show you in the LOTRO store because it's gone now for me. Forgot. But anyway, let's go ahead and open it up and get straight into it, my friends. I'm really, really excited. It has some really cool things. So we'll start with opening up. We'll just do the Luxury Coffer Mithril thing, so we'll bring that up. It looks like we get a total of, I believe it's 500. We also get some lesser accelerators of Virtue, so a Virtue boost of 2,500 experience points for you, which is fantastic. And by the way, this is bound to your account, which means you can share it with other characters. So that means this particular one. Now, this other one right here, by the way, the Mirkwood Patron Luxury Cosmetic one, it should go on every single one of your characters automatically, okay? So just keep that in mind. But the one for the Virtue things, it'll only go on the character you bought it on in-game. But you can put this in your shared storage, and any of your characters on that server can use them, okay? So, for example, my character here, he's maxed out on his virtues. I can send this one of my alts to use. Pretty cool. Just a little side note there. All right, let's go ahead and open the Mirkwood Patreon Luxury Coffer here. All right, so we get a couple things. First things off is we get the Mirkwood Saber Cat, which looks really, really cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Read this here real quick, and then we'll go into our collection here. And use, let's see, what I have here. All right, oop. Clicked it twice. Okay, there we go. The Mirkwood Saber Cat. So let me go ahead and put Mirkwood. There it is right there. We'll go ahead and click that and summon the Mirkwood Saber Cat and check out how it looks. I am recording this in 2K with ultra nice things, so you should be able to see it in pretty good quality here. There it is. Oh, looks pretty awesome to me. Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at that thing. So, we've obviously seen this model in the game, but never with, like, these cool textured lines. And if you notice, if you look real close, this has been, it's been updated pretty nicely when it comes to textures on the fur. And then you can see the lines there. And then you can see that his cool face. Let's see, that's about the best angle I think I get for you. He's got a little stretch. Little relaxing pose there. He's got a cool Mirkwood helmet of sorts that they put on there. It's like the armor theme for the set. That is really, really cool. So that's awesome. Let's see how he walks around. Oh, there, he's got a little animation. Look at that. Okay, let's see how he walks around. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Got myself a saber-toothed cat, guys. We'll name him, I don't know. You'll be, you're definitely not toothless. Maybe you're toothy. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and check out the next things. By the way, it does also come with some cosmetic titles, all right? Depending on what one you buy, there's 3 tiers, like I said. Again, I'll link that. It has a description on what each one gives too. And the LOTRO store also shows that when you're looking at them. It'll describe what's in each one, just so you guys all know. All right, so here we go. We can find the titles right here. By the way, little side note, if you didn't know, guys, you can go in and always look at your newest first as the filter on your titles, and then you'll be able to find things a little bit better. So anyway, here we go. So we get the Resolute as one title. All right, so I can be Resolute Zollin Ironshield. Or it could be Zollin Ironshield, the Covert cool. Okay. And then we also have Zollin, Ironshield, Mirkwood, Sentinel. Okay. So those are the 3 you're going to get from the, depending on which one. I believe the first one will be the Resolute for the lowest if you just get the first pack. And the second pack will give you both of these 2 with the Covert. And the third one, if you do the Luxury one, will give you the Mirkwood, Sentinel, and the other 2. Okay? So there's your titles you get. And now for the next thing, let's go ahead. We get the emote style. All right, so this is really cool. So now you can use 2 different ways to get to the emote style, right? Just so everyone knows. You can click your little say bubble here, and you can go into emotes and go down through this whole thing. Or if you wanted to, you can go to the new thing, which is in collections, go to emotes here, right? And say have. And then we can see this is a new walking emote. So it's called, it's movement, I believe. You can also type in this command once you know what it is, but there it is. Actually, Milestone Merc is the one I just made, so that's the one I actually have. This is the movement one, so let's go ahead and learn this one too. All right, there we go. So now if we go to movements, we can find our, let's just go ahead and type in, yeah, I just type in MOV for movement. We have default, and here we go. We have our new Move Merc. All right, so I'm gonna just click this, and it's you right-click it in this, and I'm gonna activate it. It says you decide to move with a covert style. It says in the information thing here, right? Just so you guys know. And then now when I move around, I should get oh, look at this. And also, I like that the cloak kind of stays up, but at the same time, it still does have a movement effect. All right, let's see. Oh, cool! Zollin being sneaky in his full body armor. Totally, very sneaky. But yeah, look at that. That's cool. Look at how the feet even move. Here, let me walk on a surface with no grass so you guys can kind of look at the feet. There, can you see it? That's cool. Now, again, maybe this would... I think it looks pretty good on a dwarf, actually. But I bet it probably looks better on a human or something, or a hobbit. But at the same time, I'm actually really impressed how well it looks, even in my big, bulky body armor, right? This is my character, I wear really big armor. Yeah, that's really cool. I love it. Jumping looks the same, but when you go back down, now this is your walk animation. I'll walk in this all the time until I turn it off. How do you turn it off? Well, again, you need to say movement default, okay? So you could type / movement _ default, I believe is the command. But also you could just go into your collection and go to your I said that wrong. It's / move _ default if you want to type it and push enter on your thing. But then I can just right click this to go back to normal walking. All right, you can even do your emotes. Cool. I really like that a lot. It's a really cool. That has been a huge thing that props to Standing Stones. I am thoroughly enjoying the back animations for milestones and the different movements. That's a really cool addition to the game. It just gives you like a fun extra thing, and you can kind of pick and choose which ones you'd like to get, you know, for everybody. So it's cool. Now let's do the steed and also the back animation. I almost forgot. So by the way, when you get the Mirkwood steed, it also gives you appearances for your war steed. Just throwing that out there for the coffers. So you'll get the mount, right? So we go into our collections of mounts here, and we go to what we have, and I'm going to type in Mirkwood. There it is. So let's go ahead and look what it looks like. Let's get rid of the talking thing out of the way. There it is. Oh, very nice. I like it. Very cool. Now, a little side note, if you're someone who uses the horse hooks in a premium housing area, you could then have this horse just standing around, kind of like you can see I have my home steed here standing, just chilling out. But overall, I really like this. This is a very pretty mount. It's the classic regular horse, but the armor is really cool. Look at that with the lighting. Also, oh, you know what? My axe is a little bit in the way. Let me take off my battle axe so you guys can see this better. All right, let's just move this for a second. All right, let's look at this. You guys see this thing right here? That's really cool. It's got like a pack hanging over the back, and it also has a quiver with some arrows. That's very nice. Oh, very nice indeed. And then the other side just has double packs. But like overall, it looks very good. Look at that. I like it. Very cool. I think it's a very nice mount. I also like the little like shields it has on its feet. I forget what they're called, but the little protect their lower legs there. Very cool. Awesome. All right, well, now let's look at the back animation, shall we? So I'm going to go back into my collection of emotes, and I'm going to go to my milestone, it's called, and I'm going to click on the Mirkwood milestones. And now I'm just going to use one of my back animations, and let's just see what it does, okay? The animation. Here we go. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Whoa! That's cool! You kind of like do a magical smoke disappearing act. Okay, let's try it. Let's look at it again. Different angle. I'm going to go higher up, too, because apparently, alright. It's like a dragon, and then it does like little circles around you, and encases you in a... I'm canceling it right at the end. Oh, you can see I'm... it disappeared. That's so cool. It's actually kind of cool that you can cancel your back right at the end and you like disappear for a second. It's kind of a fun little side effect of the animation. Look at that. That's so cool. Oh, whoops! I successfully teleported. Whoopsie daisy. That's okay. We'll watch the animation again. Let's see. I'll be back. That's cool! That is really, really cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. Alright, and then for the last thing, let's look at the cosmetic armor, okay? So let me go ahead and open up the Mirkwood Patron's luxury wardrobe. It's very fancy. Alright, item in use here. Alright, there we go. Loaded all the stuff up for me. So we got a couple things. We got a new aura. We'll check that out in a moment. We've got all these different things. We have a Mirkwood Sentinel Cloak. And again, I know I said it, but just to reiterate, if you have a War Steed, if you go into your War Steed, all right, let me get my War Steed out, combat, and you go into his appearances, you should now have the Mirkwood set for your horse. Here they are, right here. So I can make that same mount appearance if I wanted to on my War Steed. All right, so you get that too. So just remember that. And now let's go into cosmetics and let's go ahead and just put this armor on. All right, so here's what it looks like. It's quite glorious, actually. And it looks surprisingly awesome on the dwarf. For one, the boots are like really big, and I love that for the dwarf boots. Just so you guys know, I am really going to quickly show you it on all races. I'll go through and show you on all four of the races. I'm not going to do it on the Bjorning because it's pretty much like a human. But look at how cool it looks. Now, one thing I noticed right off the bat that I really like about it is the fact that it has this little cloak, but at the same time, you get this quiver. And by the way, that quiver is attached to the cloak cosmetic. They're connected, they're the same thing, which is really cool because in the past, you kind of have to choose between the cosmetic quiver and the cosmetic cloak. So kind of having like this mixed little mini cloak with the quiver, very cool addition. I like that, but Cynic Stones did that. Also, another thing that I noticed that I really like off the bat with this, not to mention that the theme, right, it matches your animal and everything, is the face covering, like the ranger look, right? That's really cool, all right? Now, I mean, obviously, there's a little tiny bit of clipping that I could see that happens right here. That's probably because I'm a big dwarf. But overall, it looks very clean. So, thumbs up on that. And I really, really like it. I like the shoulder pads have quite a girth to them when it comes to being a dwarf. I like that too. Very cool. I like that you can see your fingers out of the ends of the gloves. And then we have two cosmetic weapons. We get the cosmetic bow, which you can see right here. I can attack the dummy if you want to see it in action. And then you can also see we get this really cool looking sword. And I'll use it a little bit so you can kind of see it moving around. But if you notice, look at the cosmetic effect. So this is the new Mirkwood effect. It's very subtle compared to a lot of the other effects, but I like it. It's kind of like a hazy mist, but there is a little bit of an effect coming out. See, there's almost like a mist. Do you see the mist coming off the end here? It's very cool. Now, also, let me switch it over so you can see it on the bow here. It's got to switch it for a second. And there's what it looks like on the bow. I mean, that's a pretty cool effect, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that effect. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty nice. All right, so anyway, let's see what they look like real quick being used. So let me shoot at this thing a little bit here. Shoot at this training dummy. I think I have to summon the actual training dummy, though. Come here, snowman. We need to shoot at you for a video. Okay. He's like, oh, I'm ready. All right, so let's see. All right, so that's what the bow looks like. It's a nice bow. It's very classic Mirkwood. In fact, I feel like it's almost inspired from Legolas's Mirkwood bow in the Peter Jackson movies. It has a very similar look. You know, if you don't know, I cover replicas for United Cutlery too on this channel. But yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, very cool. Now let me also stab it a little bit with the sword, so you can kind of see the sword. There. I'll just kind of let you look at it for a second. Now again, the sword doesn't have the aura on it right now, but overall, let's see, walk away so we can look at the sword for a second. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to bring my... Let me do this, and then, there we go. Check it out. That's what we look like in combat with the armor and the sword. It's a nice one-handed sword, very nice. I like it. It looks awesome, okay? This looks really good. I'm very impressed. So overall, we've pretty much covered it. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. What's your favorite thing about this? Thank you guys so much. And one other thing. So the sword right here, we covered all that. And the cosmetic stuff. It's quite nice. I think it's neat they give us a cosmetic single sword and bow. Every single supporter pack has a little bit of differences. Like, for example, the one that gave us the whimsical walk, the previous one, gave us a staff and a runestone and a club, I think. And they were like themed for the whimsical Patron coffer. So I think it's kind of cool that there's like choices between different. They're kind of like, this is going to focus on these weapons and this kind of style, and like that's really cool. So anyway, with that, my friends, thank you again so much, and I am going to pop through and show you the cosmetic armor on the other 3 races right now, real quick before we leave, though. So thank you so much, though, if this is all you want to see, and I'll see you in the next ones. But here we go. Let's go to the next. We're going to go to look at Hobbit first. And just so you guys know, as you can see here, we do get the different ones on the titles on every single character. That's what I'm trying to say. The titles, they pop up every time you log into a character. You'll have it, and you'll notice you have 1 box on that character now, and in this case it's the Mirkwood Patron coffer. Okay, again, the one that opens for the mithril coins gives you 500 mithril coins for your whole account from the luxury edition of the coffer, like I said at the beginning of the video. And also you can just move around those, whichever person you open on, you can put them in your shared storage and move around the virtue XP. Okay, so keep that in mind. But let me go ahead and put the armor on here for you. All right, so here is what it looks like on the Hobbit. As you can see, I'm in the sneaky moving covert animation. You can see I've got both the Mirkwood swords on with the effect. So it's kind of cool because this is actually my burglar, so now I can move around in this, and then I can move around in stealth, and then when I come out, I'm still being sneaky. It's kind of awesome. So it's kind of fun. I could like sneak around corners, look like I'm like role-playing, and be like, I'm waiting for someone to come into the barn so I can mug them. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I really like it. It's cool. Let's, for some reason, my feet are sinking into the ground there in that spot, so let's walk somewhere that you guys can kind of look at the animation. I'll click on my character so I'm a little bit more lit up. So let's just kind of like run around for a second. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty awesome on the Hobbit. Like I thought, you don't have the clipping issue because the dwarves are just so big with that one spot. Looks very nice. I like how shiny it is, the armor. It's very shiny. And like when you click on your character, very, very good. Again, I like that the cloak doesn't really move when you're doing the walk animation, but just enough to make it not look like it's a, you know, doing Superman, you know, in one direction. But yeah, I like it. I like that little, look at how your like leg bends. You're like, I'm being sneaky. All right, very cool. All right, well, that's the Hobbit with being sneaky and with the gear on. So I like it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn off the movement real quick too, just so we can see it kind of standing defaultly real quick in better light for you guys. There we go. That's what it looks like. All right, there you go. You get your little view here. This is just for all the people who, you know, you might play a different race than a dwarf. I know. Dwarves are actually the least played race in this game, but I love dwarves, so I thought I'd just show you guys the other ones too. Let's go over and look at the elf version real quick. Alrighty, so here it is on the elf version. Yeah, it looks really, really good on the elf. I gotta say, there's probably, maybe because it was from Mirkwood, that elves were thought in mind, but again, it looked good on both. But I feel like the elf looks perfectly proportioned, and it looks fantastic. So you can see here is the back. I'm gonna click on my character just a little lighter. There it is. Again, I have the weapon on, so this is the special bow weapon. I obviously couldn't put the bow on my burglar, but you can see I have both the Mirkwood swords here on my hunter and the bow, as well as the effect, which again looks really, really nice. So I really do like it. It's very nice. Highly recommend it. Looks fantastic. Again, that effect looks extremely cool. Look at this effect. I really like it. Very nicely done. So anyway, that is the elf, and it looks awesome. And of course, you guys are like, well, how does the elf look when they do their little sneaky sneak? Well, let's find that out. What I have here. Oh, that's not. Those are horses. All right. Let's do the Mirkwood move here. Okay. So, for one, I like how he crouches. It's pretty cool. Let's see how he walks. All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, dude, this is my hunter, by the way, my elven hunter, so I like it a lot. I like it a lot. You guys are like, Zollin, you have an elven hunter? You play an elf? Yes, I like elves too, guys. Come on. All right. There we go. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like it. I think he looks fantastic. I think he walks pretty nicely with the animation. I will say the leg looks a little bit more natural, but I mean, hobbits are, you know, they're really good at sneaking, so maybe that's why he can do his leg like that. But overall, very nice. I've liked it so far on all three of the races. So I think we got to finish up with seeing the human version. Here we go. Alrighty, and here is the human version. I realized I didn't really have anyone by Lore Master. Don't have a lot of human characters, I forgot, and a captain. So this is what it looks like on the human, though. It looks very nice, like the elf. The aura is only on the staff, and it looks quite cool, mind you. Very nice looking aura there. And then we also have the move animation. So here's what it looks like on the human when they're crouching. All right. Looks pretty cool. Here, I'm going to click on my guy just so we can kind of, all right, see the better lighting. See how he looks when he moves around. I find it cool that the cloak is kind of the same length for all the races. So I noticed it's actually longer on the Dwarves and Hobbit. It's a little bit scaled, obviously, but I feel, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just feel like maybe it's the same. But you can kind of see there it is with the movement. It's pretty good. I think the movement ability looks pretty cool on the person. And the humans also, I will say it seems like on the human, the cloak seems almost a little stiffer. But no, it's moving. Never mind, it's moving. Again, it is kind of funny that it kind of stays up when you're not moving, but obviously it's designed so when that movement is happening, you're walking, right? Because it's a move animation. But it looks pretty good. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks really, really nice, and I think they did a fantastic job. Now, I'm not going to do the Bjorning because the Bjorning is basically just be a slightly chunkier human. It's about the same with proportions on how it shows, but you know, it'd be cool. And I know, it does not go on the bear. Like when you turn him a bear, you don't have armor on. But now that I think about it, that would be really, really cool to have cosmetic bear armor for the Bjorning. Just an idea, Standing Stones. Just an idea. You're free to take it. That would be really cool. I would be really cool if you could get cosmetic armor for your bear form. But anyway. With that, my friends, I think we pretty much covered it. I gave a little bit of a view here for pretty much every one of the races. I know the River Hobbits are slightly different, and so the Bjorning's slightly different, but cosmetically they're going to be pretty close to the human and the Hobbit, regular Hobbit. So we'll go ahead and leave it there, and same thing with the Stout Axe Dwarf, right? Their proportions, yes, they walk slightly different with their regular walk, but proportion-wise, it's going to look the same pretty much with cosmetics. So anyway, with that, my friends, I hope you have a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Stay happy. Thanks to my Patreons for their support. It really means a lot, helps out so much. And you guys liking, subscribing, leaving comments, that helps totally too. And it's free. You guys have a great day in Middle-earth. Stay happy. And also, feel free to join our Discord. I have a link down there sometimes, and you could just go to voiceoftherings.com right down there, the link. My social media tab always has a link to our Discord. We got a great community going on. It's super fun, and we do all things Lord of the Rings. So, and my channel, I cover Lord of the Rings Online. Obviously, it's one of my canvases. I do everything through it. I love this game, and I always be doing this game. But I do cover other things like replicas and reviews of movies and TVs and some lore videos here and there and stuff like that. So have a great day. Stay happy, my friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Baruch Hazad Kuzad I menu.